Can you tell me a little bit about what happened 1 week ago tonight?
Well, I got hit on dice, right? I lost all my money on dice. And I walked up to one of my homeboys, and I was like, man, let me hit that blunt. But I didn't know the blunt was laced with PCP. So I hit it. It tasted funny, but I ain't paid no attention to it. I kept hitting it. Then when I realized, like, man, why this shit taste like this, give me that little cushion, man. Little PCP. He ain't kick in. As soon as I gave him the blunt back, I still was in my right mind for about 5 or 10 minutes. But like, it was good 15 minutes later. First, I just remember my body getting real heavy. And then after that, I just started blacking out. And I wasn't remembering everything. Like I was, like, you know how you remember a whole day? Like, I don't remember the whole day. And I already was on, 2 Xanax. Now, you know what I'm saying? Can't leave that. I was on 2 Xanax. And then when I hit that just, so I got high. I got hit on dice. I got high. I ran into my homeboy Z. You know what I'm saying? He turned me on to, you know what I'm saying, a lick. And me, I'm so drugged up and so stupid and not know what's going on, I do it with him.
What did you do with him?
I robbed somebody before they caught him.
Did you know the guy?
No, I ain't know him. I ain't know him.
Where'd you get the gun?
Z gave me the gun. Why he trying to tell on me? He gave me.
Everybody's telling on you.
Yeah. I know they is. I ain't doing no tripping. That's why I'm coming clean. I ain't tripping on it. I know what it is. Yeah, he gave me the heat. He gave me a gun and I robbed him. He searched the pockets and it was blurry. I remember. I got in the car, and then when I got in the car, it's like I black out and I don't remember nothing else. And then I remember, it's like I remember walking, but I don't know where I was. I remember a gunshot. I remember like somebody swinging on me. And it's like I was dreaming. And I heard a gunshot. And then I woke up. And then the next day I was thinking it's all a dream. But it wasn't no dream because me and Z, we really did that at the gas station. We did that. And then what all made sense was when Z told me like a couple of days later, man.
Okay, who is Z?
The one who the gun was for.
What's his real name?
The Dairy or some shit. Montgomery. Yeah, like we just call him Z. That's why I'm just saying Z because that's his name.
Okay, so he gave you the gun.
Yeah, told me, come on, let's get him. My dumb ass, I go do it. I get the man caught, and then I don't remember nothing else after that. They say shit, people were getting robbed and shit. I don't remember robbing nobody. I don't even remember. I remember the gunshot. I remember like somebody pushing me and a gun going off. I don't remember how I get home. I don't remember riding down the freeway or none of that. I don't remember talking to nobody. It's like I woke up. And then the next morning, everybody was telling me what I did. Oh, cause you was tripping. You did this. You had a fight with him. You know what I'm saying? You did this. You smacked her. You went off on her. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, for real. And then what killed it is when Z said, cause you know one of them bullets was missing out the clip, huh? It fall right back onto that gunshot. And then when I realized, like, damn, that wasn't no dream. I do remember a gunshot, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, yesterday, that's when they charged me with capital murder.
Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from yourblackworld.com. Today, I saw this video that really disturbed me. It was a video with a young brother by the name of Justin Jones, a 19-year-old kid out of Texas who was accused of murder. He robbed somebody and killed him. The reason that I wanted to highlight this video is because it kind of helps you understand a little bit about why I am so adamant and so, I would say, damn near borderline crazy when it comes to making my point about the importance of telling young boys to avoid drugs and alcohol. You know, I've taught at Syracuse University for 12 years now, and I was at some other schools before that. And one of the things that has always bothered me is the way we sort of overlook drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and all these other things is just part of like being young or something like that. It freaks me out because I don't think people really think about how many atrocities occur while people are under the influence of drugs and alcohol, how many rapes occur, how many drunk driving accidents there are, how many people do things where they're in prison for the rest of their lives because of what they did under the influence. To me, the worst nightmare in the world is to wake up one day in a jail cell and find out that you're going to go to prison for the rest of your life for something that you barely remember even doing. And if you watch this video with this young brother, 19-year-old kid, he doesn't even remember what he did. He says that he went up and he just hit some weed like a lot of dudes do. Everybody thinks they're supposed to be smoking weed now because it's cool, because now it's on the radio all the damn time. And there was some PCP in the weed. And next thing you know, this dude is probably going to go to prison for the rest of his life, if not get the death penalty. I mean, he's in Texas. Texas loves to kill black people. That's what they do for a living. They've been doing it for hundreds of years. And I felt bad for him. I felt really bad for him because most people who do horrible things like that or who get involved in drugs and alcohol, there's always that person who introduced them to the drugs. There's always that person who could have said something to them while they were young and didn't say anything. There's always that first time. Even when I saw this thing with DMX and Ayanna Van Zandt and all that silliness, I remember DMX talking about how the floodgates opened when he tried cocaine at the age of 15. I know another guy who was a young brother who went on tour with a singing group in the 1990s, and he said they introduced him to cocaine. The next week, he was going to jail because he was robbing a gas station to get money for cocaine. My point here is that we have to be real serious about telling kids about drugs and alcohol. I mean, I'm talking about being fanatical about it. I think that we should be absolutely livid over the fact that every time this kid turns on the radio, there's some rapper on the airways bragging about how high and drunk he is all the time. And this ain't always just the rapper's fault. I mean, it's a partnership, right? It's big corporations, mostly run by white America, flooding our kids with this damn destructive message that is leading them to the pits of hell. As I've always said, nothing great has ever come from a group of people who sat around getting high and drunk all day. So this whole culture, this whole notion of us being proud of being high and drunk all the time, don't we understand that is a key to self-destruction? Don't we understand that in many cases, when you hear about people who seem to just have all these unfortunate things happen to them, that in many cases it's because they're doing things on a day-to-day basis that contribute to their own demise. So what I'm saying here is I'm not trying to be a finger wagger or trying to make people feel bad necessarily, unless they need to feel bad. But I think that we have to really start thinking outside the box and thinking for ourselves when it comes to what we deem to be acceptable and unacceptable behavior. We have to really talk about this. We got all these damn artists on the radio talking about I stay drunk, I stay high, I got some good weed nearby, whatever. And everybody's like, that's just normal. That's not normal. That is not normal. That is not healthy. And so when I saw this brother and heard his words, and I listened to this guy, and I could tell he's probably not a bad person. He didn't seem like, the fact that he confessed and said, I deserve the death penalty, he said that later in the video, that right there says that he's at least an honest person on some level. He's not an angel, obviously, but he at least confessed to what he did. That just says that this kid could have been so redeemable. He could have been so many things. But early in his life, somebody looked the other way when he started doing things that were taking him in the other direction. When he took that first sip of beer, that opened the door to the first sip of vodka and all the other shit that people drink on Friday nights, thinking they got to go run to the club, popping bottles and all this other stupid stuff that people like to celebrate. One thing that trips me out about black people, honestly, is that we've gotten to the point where we're the only people who will sing and dance to the tune of our own self-destruction. We will celebrate the fact that we are dying. We love to brag about the fact that we are killing each other and we are killing ourselves. Well, I don't think that has to be normal. Maybe that's what the media is telling you. Maybe that's what even your homeboys are telling you. But my argument is that we have to re-embrace what it means to be a man, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a human being. And we need to elevate above that. And education is the first step. We got to educate each other. We also have to have a zero tolerance policy for ignorance. that means that it doesn't mean that we can't have fun. It doesn't mean that, you know, if you go to Your Black World, you'll see that we talk about all kinds of stuff. My bloggers write about whatever they want to write about. Some of the stuff they write about is funny stuff and silly stuff, whatever. I don't care about all that. I mean, life is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to smile. You're supposed to laugh. At the same time, you have to maintain your dignity as an individual, as you know, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your community. And unfortunately, we really lost that. And I know I can't save everybody. I can't convince everybody to see my point of view. There are people I've talked to literally that I think about, that I know, people I've tried to mentor, I've tried to support, who literally look at me like I'm crazy, like I'm from another planet, because unfortunately that culture has sunk so deep into their subconscious that they think when I come and talk about the dangers of getting high and drunk every day, they think I'm being uppity. When I talk about getting education, they think I'm being a snob. When I talk about saving money, getting your money, and building wealth, they think that I'm, again, being this hoity-toity college professor who doesn't know what it's like to struggle. And I just laugh because I'm thinking, you don't know. Just not too many years ago, I was damn near homeless trying to get through graduate school. You know, you don't know where I came from. And I'm not sitting here trying to give anybody a sob story, but I did not. I definitely came from humble beginnings. Let's just say that. So, but my point here is that we got to elevate. We have to share and teach each other. We got to start by teaching our children. And one thing I will tell you is that I don't think there's anything wrong with literally teaching your kids from the jump that drugs and alcohol are the worst kind of poison you can get involved with. I'm talking about lay it on them so bad that they will be afraid to ever try drugs and alcohol again. I remember watching Mahogany, the movie with Diana Ross and Billy Dee when I was a kid. And I remember seeing that lady slung over the toilet with a needle in her arm. And that just scared me so much that I never tried drugs in my life. I was like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to lose control of my faculties. And so as I got older, I didn't want to drink. I didn't want to use drugs. I didn't want to do any of that. So I think if you got to scare your kids into staying away from drugs, fine, scare them into it. Whatever it takes. Because I'm gonna tell you like this, we take that stuff too lightly. We act like it's no big deal, and then we're watching one child after another die. And I guarantee you this: a big percentage of the horrible crimes that are committed, where people are spending the rest of their lives in prison, are committed while somebody's under the influence of a drug. And it only takes one time to destroy one life. And then in many cases, you destroy 2, 3, or 4 lives because you got the perpetrator, you got the victim, you got all this stuff popping off in our community that is simply unacceptable. And I'm just here to say to you that I am tired of it. I don't want to see it. Just this week, a little girl I used to mentor told me about, you know, the father of her child was murdered in cold blood. And the thing was, unfortunately, when I'm studying this all the time, I saw it coming. I mean, things like this, you see them coming. And it's so hard to know what a certain path is going to create for a young person and then not have that young person listen to you. But whether they listen or not, it's our obligation to tell them. We have to tell them, we have to tell each other, we got to do whatever we can. And then also when it comes to these radio stations, you know, I don't know exactly what to do to stop these stations from doing what they're doing, but I really think that we need to go to war. We need to go to war with Clear Channel. We need to go to war with these record labels. And then some of these artists, we need to go to war with them too. Because we cannot allow people to kill our children. That is entirely unacceptable. That should not be something that we allow. No amount of money should justify people teaching our kids to do things that are going to lead them off a damn cliff. That's just my 2 cents. I'm going to stop talking now. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com. Please take care. God bless and have a wonderful day. I'm gone. Peace.